The killer instinct seems to be missing among most people, including many Christians. It is defined as an aggressive, tenacious urge for domination in a struggle to attain a set goal. Today, it's most often used to describe elite athletes who refuse to stop when their opponent shows weakness. As a result, they tend to win, and win, and win by dominating their opposition. Of course, as Christians, our primary goal isn't to dominate others, but our own selves. That's how Christ defeated Satan and how Christians will defeat the world. However, that doesn't mean we don't have a field of play upon which we must consider others as our opponents and engage them with an aggressive, tenacious urge for domination in a struggle to attain a set goal. We just need to make sure the goal is the triumph of God's truth and that the battle is fought according to His rules. Read 1 Corinthians 10, verses 1 through 6 very carefully. Today's Throwback Thursday edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary reaches back 54 years to a short article describing King Ahab's failure to destroy the enemy of God's people when he had the opportunity. He quite literally lacked the killer instinct. From Plain Talk Magazine, March 1968. Written on the walls of a large university building. On the plains of hesitation lie the bleached bones of countless millions who, at the dawn of victory, sat down to rest, and resting, died. When God gave the Syrian king Ben-Hadad into the hands of Ahab, king of Israel, a major victory had been won. But Ahab, pleased by flattery and lulled by complacency, gave away through compromise the victory won in hard combat. 1 Kings 20, verses 1 and following. God sent a prophet to make Ahab aware of his blunder. The prophet represented himself as having been charged with the safekeeping of a prisoner, but said, "As thy servant was busy here and there, he was gone." Smith Goodspeed says, "was turning to look here and there." The obvious point is that the man charged with a serious task, keeping the prisoner, was fooling around or busy about nothing and allowed the prisoner to go free. Ahab got the point. He went to his house heavy and displeased. Will we sit down to rest and resting die? Robert's point is twofold. First is how Christians must not rest on their past accomplishments. Defeating sin today doesn't mean the war is over. We must stand prepared to fight it again tomorrow and the next day and the next. Secondly, Ahab's failure to kill the enemy is an illustration of our battle against false doctrine. Even as we are kind to other people, we must approach their false beliefs with an aggressive, tenacious urge for domination. We must diligently seek to destroy every false fortress and take every thought captive with God's truth. 2 Corinthians 10, verses 1 through 6 again. Do you have the killer instinct when it comes to sin and false doctrine? Thank you for watching today's Throwback Thursday edition of Morning Minutes in the Bible on An American Missionary. Until next time, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.